on it.
There we go, we're back.
We'll get people back on.
That's us back, guys.
That's the quickest recovery ever for a balls up. That actually happened. I don't know what God was doing. We'll blame him and hate for that one.
Don't blame the tools.
So we're going to get chat back up in a wee second, guys. That's on the Google one on the left, Gordon.
Right, I've got a wee pressure wee thing here. Does anyone else think the Rangers should name the Copeland stand after Walter Smith? Think it would be a great for the legend.
I certainly think they need to do something. It's going to be maybe the museum might be something better. I don't know, but the stand would be a good shout. You should maybe change the name of the training academy as well. Walter Smith Training Academy, because when you look at the legacy, his legacy was more than just a manager. He was there to help the other managers out. He was an ambassador for the club as well and everything else. So we'd certainly need some kind of tribute. I don't know what I would go for yet. I think the fans should decide that though. Maybe do a kind of, the club should maybe do a kind of a voting system for it. You get the Google back on it.
No, Google's not coming up, mate.
Just get that and then it'll come up in a minute.
Hey, hello Gary, my son lives in Wilmington, NC. It's Marion talking to you.
Aye,
Gary.
North Carolina. Guys, just reshare it again and get it back on.
Please share it for us, guys. This is still running off the one share because it just interrupted and we're back straight on it.
I did it?
Yes.
So what does that mean? So
It's
it's
still, it's just
so there's another 13 back on. Alright, I've never seen that. I don't have
yeah,
any idea
we don't know what
happened.
happened, guys, but we're all back.
What happened before, and a couple of months ago, what was happening was the whole system crashed and it took 10 minutes to come on. For some reason, it just disappeared and came back on again. Anyway, we're back. We've got 113
Right, how are you
watching.
on tonight for Graham Roundtree from Islay
Graham, that's my pal. We decided we're going to do a show for Walter Smith in memory of him, just to talk about our favourite moments and some of the iconic parts of his career. So that's the reason we're back on tonight.
Right, Walter stood in the Copeland Road terracing as a lad, so the Copeland stand should be named after him, said John T. Gardner.
Again, I'm certainly not against it. I think, as I said earlier on, the Copeland would be the stand I'd pick for him if he did do that. The only problem is eventually you're going to run out of stands if you keep doing it for
I know,
but Walter Smith won 10 titles, so...
No, but I think it was quite touching. Stephen Gerrard's, when he was talking about Walter and how he found him, he was built up with tears and all. I think most people have it done an interview.
He was coming to visit the players quite a lot, and he cared about other
what
managers. A lot of people could be maybe thinking, oh, I don't mind that manager to do well because he'll be more popular than I was. But Walter wasn't that kind of person. He wanted other people to do better.
He cared about his team, I guess.
See, that team in 92, 93, that team would have played anybody in the world at the time, and they could beat us. But we never always won the games, but no, what we came back, Marseille, we came back for 2-0 down, 10 minutes to go, 2 each. I remember going to Bruges away. You had Daniel Amarkachi, was one of the best young strikers in Europe at the time. Again, wasn't a match for the Rangers. CSK Moscow, Lyngby, Leeds United at the time. Leeds United were laughing at Rangers when they got the draw. Leeds United thought when they drew Rangers that they come to Ibrox, finish the game at Ibrox and Ellen Road would have been a walk in the park. When Rangers showed them Walter Smith through his tactics and the way they played and the atmosphere at Ibrox, Rangers showed them who won the Battle of Britain, who was the top dogs. But great memories. I just wish we'd have got the chance to play in that final because I've still no doubt whatsoever. Had we got the final with AC Milan, we would have won it. And would have been the first Champions League winners. But
right, I need to read this with my phone because I don't know where the chat's went to.
Right,
hello there, Ross Dennett from Perth, Australia. How are you doing? Marion said it's froze, but ours is fine. Hello there, Donna Robertson. How are you doing, Donna? A statue, I think, said Andrew McCallum. Or the Copeland stand, they'll be moving on the way to go.
The only thing with statues, I don't mean it's not a bad way, right? But I think a lot of people realise how much money a statue costs. It's hundreds of thousands of pounds. It's planning permission to get somebody to make it and create it and design it. I'm sure because we were looking at something years ago with the trust. I can't remember what it was, but basically you told right away when we're asking about it. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of pounds for that, for a proper statue. You don't no a bust. You don't want to do something half-hearted. You need to do it right. I would go for the more I think about it, the Copeland would be named after him would be a good shout. only 4 home nations. Keep up the great work. Thanks, we're just back doing it. Keep myself busy. I get
Stressful,
that regret has been coming up because we've got 2 televisions on in this studio. Don't even start me how bad it is to get about Glasgow. So what was your favourite game under Walter Smith? We'll go with that one, right? Any Old Firm game that he played, he seemed to be he was the top dog. I remember going to a game with my dad, and Rangers played. I'm trying to remember when it was. Davy Robertson gets sent off in 4 minutes into the game, and it never stopped training the whole night. I'm sure it was at League Cup quarter final. Andrew Waddle was the referee, because I was only a young boy and I remember the abuse he got the whole game for sending Davy Robertson off. Celtic has with everything that night, and I mean everything, and McCoy popped up and scored a goal. The Rangers support was outstanding. The team, the spirit again, as I'm saying, the spirit never, teams that never gave up. That was my favourite game, that one. I think it was 1994, that season, I might be wrong, but I'm sure it was a quarter final anyway, but whatever it was, we played Celtic and we had them at Hampden, and it was 9 men for most of the game. That was my favourite. Well, just let us know what your memories are.
I loved 2008, I loved it.
And the Manchester one
was... no, that was outstanding, I loved that.
What I thought, do you know the best part of the Manchester for me was the week leading up to it. See when we were in the final, we came back for Florence on the bus, and everybody was buzzing. And I remember Shooty Daniels from the Kinnan Park Loyal saying to me, see when it comes to when the tickets go on sale, see in the city of Manchester, I'll be like Gandhi's funeral. That's what he said to me. I'll be like Gandhi's funeral. I heard a Waldo Beast will be going to Manchester.
Gandhi's funeral, right enough.
But even more people went, and you thought, but the buzz at Ibrox when you went to pick your tickets up, Ibrox for the full week when it was opened, come down to get tickets, and you met people you've not seen for years, and everybody was going to Manchester.
Aye, everybody went. I loved the whole road down, all
Literally,
the cars, big convoy. I loved it.
And the feeling that feeling that he got back the pride for us, it was amazing.
My wee granddaughter born the 21st October. Sienna. She's a wee beret. That's Donna Robertson.
Frank Barrett. Hoping now, as Si said, Auckland Howie should be named as a perpetual memory of Walter's legacy. Definitely, the name Auckland Howie doesn't sound right, and things like the Hummel Academy they've called it in the past and all that. Call it something like the Walter Smith Academy and keep it that name.
Roddy Lumsden, I loved it over in Florence.
Aye, I was at the game in Florence, and it was just, that was I don't know if every fan, because I can't remember this, went on to the wee trains after the game. I don't even know why we went on trains, but I just remember everybody seemed to go on these trains to go to the ground.
Hello, John.
Bouncing, that was one of my memories.
I was there in John Cairn and I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
And the feeling at Manchester, the whole time you were there, everywhere you looked, there was Rangers supporters.
I know.
You literally just could not find Rangers fans.
Right over. Even at the gay part or Canal Street,
even
up there.
It was that was the way for it.
Any excuse, Simon, eh?
There was a march took place, and there was you seen the people in the supermarkets and that, and everybody was talking about Rangers. That was the thing, the news all the world talking about Rangers. That's it. The pride had been brought back to the club. It was fantastic.
That's the meaning of the name orange and red, Sienna, is it?
Oh, that's what it means, right?
All right, okay. Very well.
Rangers were the first, Andrew McCallum, Rangers were the first team to score at the Velodrome for 2 years. Ian Durant, what a lovely strike. Outside the outside of the boot quality goal. We are the people. I remember the night so well. If Rangers had scored 2 that night, I'm sure if we'd have scored the second goal, Rangers are through. I'm sure that was what happened. And then obviously before it we played Bruges, and Mark Haley gets sent off and he shouldn't have been sent off. And that's when you realised there had been bribery taking place and they'd been cheated for it. But
here's Chick Sharp. Everson Drive, would the council allow us to rename it Walter's Way?
Right, this is something that's a good point, Chick. I mentioned this a couple of years ago with my pal Ian McCall. We were talking about this. See when Rangers become 150 officially, I was in it, we were talking about it, that it would be great if that whole area was, see like some of the different names of the streets just around the stadium were all called after Rangers legends. Surely you'd be able to do that, because you can change names of streets. Moses McNeil Way and all that, but Edmondson Drive, Walter Smith Way, or something like that. It's a fantastic idea. Edmondson Drive's a good name, but it doesn't mean anything to Rangers fans where if it was called after players and the whole area's benefited from that, so that'd be a good shout.
Manchester was amazing atmosphere.
I
was with my dad, who was, I think it was his dad, who was 70. Yeah, I loved it. It was fantastic. I took my daughters.
They were wanting about the shopping trolleys and the queues up to the top of it, and they made a fortune at the off-sales and everything. The off-sales were open at 6 in the morning.
That was fantastic.
I really were. It was a time of our lives. And sometimes you look back, when we went down to all the divisions and that, you started to think to yourself, how that was like a lifetime away. But being in the final of a European tournament.
What is only 4 seasons to go watch Made to Parade?
So,
It had a Scottish orange one on it.
Was that? Do you watch Made to Parade?
The 4 home nations. No, I don't. I've never seen it.
I've
That's
seen
a good shout out, Jack. Because
a lot of people saying
they
that.
changed the names. Yep, I agree with you.
Aye,
Nice to have you back, but bedtime for me. Good night, Willie Henderson.
Good night, boy. Peter Brewer's saying, I think he's talking about Manchester for the final. Blackpool was like being inside Ibrox for a week during the Manchester final. I mean, they were coming. I remember people saying it's taking 4 or 5 hours to get from Blackpool to Manchester.
Aye, I know. That was fantastic. Hello, Joe Fox. How are you doing? And Dirkie.
Well, the cops don't try to stop people. We don't know it. The bottom line
I
is,
don't think they'll try and stop you. The more I know.
the only thing I would urge people today is go to Ibrox. Don't be following the procession.
Okay.
But if obviously there's COP26 taking place and there is certain things you're not
It was
going to
only Monday, Tuesday, and next Saturday's the worst days for COP26, I believe.
But I
That's
think
the worst days for it.
I would like to think common sense would take place there.
I don't know
If you're
it's
going-
coming for Helen Street towards Paisley
Aye.
Road West
So
tomorrow.
if you're going anywhere, you go somewhere like that area that you would go to the match, stand there and just
Aye,
when
in front of Ibrox, yep,
when
it's
they-
passing Ibrox doors.
when the hearse leaves, go home or whatever. But
Yeah.
obviously don't follow anything like that. But that's not going to happen.
No, they wouldn't let that happen.
People will behave themselves, of course they will. I don't imagine it would cause any bother. But anybody listen, what going to go and see on the icon there, it says on it, if you go to live, it says on that number, we'll put the phone number up. Just into there, so see when you go to live number, just open that up and the phone number will come up because I can't remember it. It's been that long.
Hello there, David Miller, how are you doing?
She just untick the thing, so there's a wee logo on it. That's at the eye.
Like Mark Dunnett says, Walter Smith was the best manager that I've seen at Ibrox. I agree with you there, Mark. I thought he was a brilliant manager. He's hard to follow.
Well, there was times we were, you need to put things into perspective or not. There was times we were all calling him all sorts of names when you were defending a lot and you were saying, don't defend, attack me, and like the final at Manchester. There was times with any manager you get upset with him, but his record proves it. I think the only regret I've got with Walter Smith, see the team that he took to the 1992-93, that he took to the semi-final, effectively the semi-final. There wasn't a semi-final because there was only 2 Champions League groups. Rangers were in one group, AC Milan were another, and the 2 teams went to the final. So effectively Rangers were in the semi-final because if we'd have won the game we went to the final. See if Walter had that team, because he progressed, Walter learned as a manager. So when he came back, the way he had the players set up against the bigger teams like Barcelona and Milan and things like that. See the way he had them set up against those kind of teams that they couldn't beat us. A lesser Rangers team basically, because the team that got to the final wasn't as good as the 92 team. Got to the final, and if Walter Smith had that experience the first time around, I think would have a lot more success in Europe as well. That's my only regret with that, because he did grow in stature. And he learned a lot. He took a lot of defeats and he learned from them. That was a massive thing for us.
Marion saying we'll aim to be doing the live stream for the procession. I'm sure Rangers TV are live are doing it.
We won't be doing anything
No,
like that personally.
no.
And what I would say that I'm not going to go into any detail on it. I hope Rangers deal with that and take care and that's it. But at the Rickson funeral, I remember people were taking selfies and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
no,
That
it's
to
no
me
nice.
It's disgusting. If you're going to go, pay your respect. The
And
Rangers
I'm
way,
sure Rangers
and leave it
TV
at that.
channel are doing the funeral live, I'm sure.
That's the way to do it. Nobody's interested in selfies or there or what, who was there or who was there or checked in. Just go down and date the Rangers way and away you go again, that's it.
May God
We
bless
won't be going
Walter
live.
Smith forever in our hearts, and we will never forget. Walter Smith's a true legend, and Walter Smith was the best manager I have ever seen at Rangers, from Willie McCready.
It's a really good point. I mean, there was one thing you need to remember with Walter Smith: Celtic couldn't beat us. And that's a big part of the being a Rangers supporter.
Yes,
Celtic
the
couldn't
big
beat us,
no.
and no matter what they done, and the way he set the Rangers team up, the way he set the fences up, the way that he bought the right players. I mean, he bought Gascoigne at the right time. How he got Gascoigne, I'll never know. You've heard the stories, but the very fact that getting a guy like Gascoigne to the club,
I know.
then you heard about Laudrup. Laudrup had the chance to go to Barcelona and stayed with Rangers. To be able to do that, then obviously you've got some capabilities as a manager that you just as a person you've obviously gained them. But he served under Jim McLean as well, who was a great manager. Jim McLean.
I watched what do you call Walter Smith's meeting with Gaza, his first meeting with Gaza. I watched that. No, that was good.
I mean, another thing as well, you need to remember, he was a really serious character, but when you look at the amount of fun that the players had in that,
I know, they team, they days, I know.
And then you look at the fun they had when they went to the final with Nacho and guys like that, right? So he was certainly a character. He certainly didn't show it when he was on the television. He was a professional Rangers manager, but when he was off of the television, he was obviously one of the boys.
Aye,
I know that.
But I think that would you call him Stephen Gerrard gives that as well. He gets
Definitely.
He gets in with the crowd, he gets in with them, do you know what I mean?
And he's learning, Gerrard's learning the Rangers ways. And a couple of comments you might go from my camp.
Right, different eras, but Struther Smith for me, it's Walter. That's Scott Hardy. What makes Sky Sports not showing merry football games live, like of Rangers and Celtic, where games shot of games?
I don't know, it's got to do with contracts. At the end of the
Got
day,
48 games TV.
Aye, but the SPFL, or whatever they called, they sold us the river with the Sun Steel and the TV deals. The right people are running the national game, and they've sold it for pennies. No firm game's one of the biggest in the world, and
definitely,
and they're selling it for a deal that I think Rangers could have got. If Rangers had negotiated the rain deal, what they're not allowed to do, they would have made a fortune out of it.
Aye.
I was going to say something, I forgot what it was.
Right.
That was one of the points I wanted to make was, I remember talking to Ian Durant about this. I've asked him a few times because sometimes you like to hear a player telling the same story. The League Cup the League Cup final against Hearts at Celtic Park. Gascoigne before half time has a fight with McCoist, and the two of them are offering each other a square goal, and they're coming in the tunnel. The famous one where Gascoigne goes up and has the brandy and goes on and scores
That's
goals.
Right. Aye.
Anyway, when they're going in the tunnel, I said to Gerard about it, I said, you get Gaza going in, want to fight with McCoist want to fight with Gaza. Walter Smith's the manager. Who would have won? And he says, one thing about Alan McCoist is he's a smart guy. Alan McCoist knew as soon as he got to the tunnel to shut up. But he said Gaza was a fool. Gaza didn't know to shut up, so they go into the dressing room and McCoist says nothing. The two of them are about to fight, but McCoy says nothing. And Walter Smith bursts in, and he bursts in. Gaza starts doing the mouth and off, and apparently Walter get tore right into him. And I mean, tore into him. I didn't get the whole story about it, but let's just say Gascoigne was sitting chalk white, terrified. McCoy's just sitting laughing because he knows he's set him up. And then Walter said, "Go up there and get yourself in the minute." He's came down the two of my pals, but that's what you call man management because of I think any great manager you've got to be scared of them.
Aye, it's got to be
There's got to be
that element, aye.
But you've also got to be able to put your arm around the players and know how to do that.
It's called respect as well. It's an element of respect for your manager.
He knew how to deal with big players, big characters, and he knew how to deal with young boys coming out of the club as well, who were learning the game. He seemed to have a good balance, and I think to give the credit as well, Archie Knox. Archie Knox was a good compliment with him. What have I missed?
I was looking at Chick Sharps. The saying was that always comes into my mind at Walter. If you can meet with Trump and disaster, or triumph, I'm like disaster. Triumph, I'm like Trump and disaster. And treat those two imposters just the same. Walter never. I can't. It's away now.
Right, I've got it again. Never went over the board with victory and never looked down in defeat.
I feel that's an important aspect of Walter.
It's a really good point. The only
two of them the same? No.
Don't know who that is.
I'll just leave it. I was going to say to you, and right now, no. It's alright.
Right, we'll get a minute. The thing is with Walter Smith, I can only ever remember him really losing at once. I think it was an Old Firm game, and the passions were high. And I think Tommy Burns was it over egging the Celtic for crowd when they scored, and when Rangers scored, Walter went up to the Copland and he was getting it a bounce saying that. But in general, you never really tend to see him he never mugged a victory. And I know he always brought the opposition managers into the Rangers managers office afterwards and had a wee drink with them. Aye. So guys, if you're going to call, you know the rules, sorry, you need to leave the last 3 digits of your number
On the feed.
on the feed so we know who you are.
So that means the last 3 digits of your mobile number on the feed.
And you'll be able to call in. It's just the rules for everybody. We have to be fair. And that way we just don't have anybody phone up trying to give us abuse and things like that. Maybe slagging off my moustache. You know what I mean?
Wait to see it next time.
Ross Brown, how you doing, Ross? When Walter was assistant manager, I was 8 years old and my brother and some of his friends were taking penalties at Chris Wood. Were to take penalties into Chris Wood's at the Copeland Road end for a charity thing. He was just there as a mascot, and always remember Walter saying that everyone done, and Walter saying that
Everyone
I've moved
everyone.
away from the screen there.
Say yes.
Everyone done well and said yes. Walter said no, the wee man was still
Still
have
to
a
go.
go and let me take 3 penalties. So Ross got to take 3 and there wasn't many. A moment that will live with me forever.
I know.
P.S. I scored 2.
Yeah, I had great days with Walter Smith and that 9 in a row team. It was absolutely fantastic times.
It was the thing about every single player you felt was a hero. See, the thing is, when I was a wee boy, they were all like grown up men to me. Now that's when you realise you're all fat. But when you now look at the Rangers players, you're going, they're all wee boys. You go, when did that? You never get a medium bit, but you will see majors of them.
Walter Smith's the one and only true legend.
Another thing about him as well, people need to remember, is he insisted on keeping the traditions of the club. The things like the shirt and tie.
Shirt and tie
As I said,
is a must.
I've got the cardigan on the right, Fred Perry. He always had traditions and he made sure that the players, I know there's a few stories about players turning up, not have the shirt and tie on, they've been sent him.
I heard the one about Gaza with the waders on and lots of shirt tie.
I think he encouraged that. I do think he encouraged the banner and things like that. Going to hit the Briar button just in case. I don't know if it's trying. I don't know if it's lighting up. If it's my imagination. The wee orange one down the middle. Not down the very bottom there. The other side. Or that one. Just if anybody's might call on. You can call on, guys. We'll no stopping calls, but
You still have to leave your last
need
3
to leave
digits,
the
guys.
last
So let's
3
know who
digits.
you are.
if you don't leave the last 3 digits on the screen, we don't know who you are, and why would you not want to leave them?
Right, Paul Sargent, he was a great manager for our club and great memories. I do agree with you, Paul.
It really was.
Definitely.
And you remember he was a chairman as well. He took the positions on. He was there any time Rangers needed him. That was one of the main factors.
No, what I think was great about him, he was never a player. He wasn't an actual football player,
He played for Dundee United.
did he?
Aye, but he was
What
never.
did I?
He wasn't massive because he played with Davy Wilson.
What did I think he played as a player?
Aye, no, he played with Davy Wilson, and he was Davy Wilson's understudy.
Was he young?
Aye, would have been aye, but he played with Davy Wilson at Dundee United, and then he went with him to Dumbarton, or the other way about. It may have been Dumbarton.
I didn't think he played, so.
No, he definitely
I was
played.
listening to something the other night and they said that he was never a player, he was always a manager.
No, he played. He definitely, because I've seen Davy Wilson talking about him.
Yeah, oh
Aye,
well.
no, Davy Wilson speaks about him quite well. I know Davy Wilson quite well, and Davy Wilson knew him because Davy Wilson was leaving the position and he was coming into it.
Marion
Even
said,
inside Tony Cassidy. Tony Cassidy, how you doing, mate?
Marion said, just as bad as Biden trying to read the notes.
No, it started moving up dead fast.
It
No,
moves.
and I had remember the guy who used to be in the Laurel Hardy videos with the Ben Eyes. That was me there. I was like that. Ben Gunn. Joe Biden falls asleep.
I know, it must be that interesting. It must have been that interesting.
Guys, you can phone in. We're looking for people to phone in. All you need is the last 3 digits. If you phone in all the time, we know who you are. Your name will come on the screen. It'll come on your screen. We'll know who.
Tony Cassidy said, evening, Si.
Aye, got that.
Walter Smith got to the cup final with Dundee United in 1973-74.
Did he?
Yeah, I checked just
Very
confirm
good.
what I'm saying. Walter started at Dumbarton. I was sure of that, and he went from Dumbarton to Dundee.
Yeah, there you go, learn something new every day.
Davy Wilson was a manager at Dumbarton when Walter played. I'm sure that's what it was. Davy
And
manager.
let me tell you guys, if you've not done the Founders Trail there, I learned things that I didn't know about Rangers. I loved that.
Aye,
That Founders
I've been on
Trail.
a few times. Aye.
Absolutely brilliant day. We started at 11:30 in the morning and I got home at 6:30 at night. And it was an absolute fantastic day. You end up with the two Ibrox again.
As well, aye.
Fantastic.
Dundee United paid £4,000 to buy him off Dumbarton.
£4,000.
£4,000. Money well
My
spent, I'm
goodness,
sure.
yeah, I'm
Aye.
sure.
So there you go. He played with Dumbarton, and then he went to Dundee United. £4,000.
Very good. Guy was absolutely Mr. Rangers from everybody at the
David
royalty bar.
Aye.
Where he's a
David,
Glasgow
you
player,
probably
he's a
know this. He was in the
Glasgow
royalty bar not long ago. Apparently, he was in with Andy Gorham. They were playing golf, and I don't think it was long ago. Apparently, they went in and got a couple of pints, but never made a big scene of it. Minute the Navy Lounge had a couple of beers in the Royal and away again. If anybody just a wee mention on this as well, I did say I would get a plug. If anybody's going to pay their respects at Ibrox tomorrow, and you're looking to maybe go to a Rangers bar after it, the Royalty Bar's doing a wee event where they're going to give anybody that's like a regular, or a Rangers supporter or whatever, friend of the club, if you turn up you'll get a wee half. They're going to give a wee whiskey in Walter's memory.
Very nice.
And I know Robert's welcoming everybody alike to that, so if you get a chance, if you're that part of Mary Hill is, if you're that part of the city after the tributes, you'll be welcome in the Royalty Bar. It's a good Rangers pub.
There we go, Jane McGregor, Carmel,
Carmel
Amateurs,
Amateurs,
then Dumbarton and then Dundee United.
Fair play.
Very good, thanks.
I thought I was going to say Pride in the Carmel footman. You never know. And it's amazing as well, see when you see some of the connections he had. He was respected by managers all over the world. It was great to see. It was like all the top managers all paying their respect to him. It really was. It was emotional last week.
All top managers and all top golfers.
Aye, no, he was just that kind of guy, that kind of character. Right guys, anybody want to phone us in? We did have a call a couple of minutes ago, but we can't accept a call if it's not got the last 3 digits on our screen. So all you do is send 3 digits in. After that we can then take the call and we know who you are.
Try to look back here.
The Rotary Bar, that's where the drum chat hotels go. I was in it yesterday, it's a good pub. It's a really good Rangers bar. Guys, keep liking and sharing, guys. We're going to do another half hour.
Aye.
Do another half hour. We're trying to get a call. If we can get anybody to get a wee call in and get a wee chat
He
with
was the best manager for our
from our
club.
club. Aye, 100%. In my lifetime, he was the best anyway.
I think him and Souness was a great team.
They were, but as I'm saying, I never really thought about it until I spoke to Gerard about it. You always thought Souness, hard man, everything else, but you never really thought of Walter Smith as a hard
I
man.
know.
But the players were terrified of him.
What time does it start? I am 7 hours behind you.
The,
It passes Ibrox at 3:15 tomorrow.
aye, so say 3 o'clock.
So 3 o'clock, Marion, in the afternoon.
The Rangers website will have more details on it. I'm sure of that. And the Scottish media will be. The Scottish media will have a. They'll be.
Aye,
They're reporting on it at some
that's
point.
it.
I say, I'll be going down, but I'll be paying my respects. I'll not be filming or doing any of that kind of kid. I'll just be going, paying my respects and away again.
Amanda Bishop, good evening. Walter will be missed. He will that, Amanda.
Aye. He'll be missed, but at the same time, his legacy, that's one thing about him. His legacy in the way that he looked after the club, that'll continue. That's one great thing about it. It will continue.
Yep.
And hopefully, as I say, they do a tribute that's lasting, like a stand named after him or whatever they find fitting. Right, guys, if we're going to get a call in, the man gives a wee call. It'd be good to get a
One
wee
guy
call.
gives a
Right?
call in.
We'll not be on there for a few weeks' time. And it's
I know.
like and share as well. Keep liking and sharing, but no bad numbers. But if we could get them back up, because we never lost any numbers, I thought we were going to.
At the start, Souness' name got us high profile players. Walter's character
Aye,
kept him here.
that's a very good point.
He was
Great,
being
James
high
Souness was a
cruise
massive
check.
name, and the players he got the. I mean, we were signing the England captain, England right back, the England goalkeeper, the Scotland captain, Graham Roberts, the Chris Finicum was the England under 18s captain, was he? I think so. Anyway, and we're signing that kind of caliber of players on a regular basis, and that certainly helped Walter Smith when he came in and the time when he eventually took over. We'll get Warren's call just now. Hello, Warren. How you doing, mate?
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Hi Warren, how you doing?
How you?
Well, I mean, it's been a sad time for the Rangers family, hasn't it, really?
Yep.
You know, such a pivotal guy in the Rangers team that I grew up with and supported, you know. And
Yeah.
he brought some of the greatest players we ever seen, come to Ibrox to play for our club. You know, what more can you say about him? You know, I think everyone, I'll have to say, I thought Alan McCoy was excellent when talking about it the other day on Talk Radio.
Very emotional,
Absolutely
yeah.
brilliant with Jim White. I think he totally encapsulated everything that we as Rangers fans thought about Walter, you know. But more than anything, I think that's exactly what he said, and I have to agree. Yeah, he's a great football man and everything else, but more than anything, you know, he's a family man. and that family is now grieving, and they've lost a father, a grandfather. So more than anything, my heart goes out to the family. As a Rangers fan, of course, we all are grieving for that great man. That he'll not be about anymore. To steer the young managers and young players in the right direction.
Yeah, it's a tragic time, but what the thing about it is the club needs to move on as well. So you need to learn from the feedback you got from Walt Smith's time, because even these last days he was still in communication with Gerrard. He was still telling him, look, you're always going to be under pressure as club and what to expect. And I think all the young players as well still were in contact.
With him,
That's right. I mean, he's lost throughout the world. I mean, not just in Scotland, but football guys throughout the world loved Walter as well. And knew him. I think that was something that came across as the people from all over the world who were sending their heart. And he was a man that tried. I know he was a Rangers man through and through. He did try, and I know him and Tommy Burns had a great relationship. You can be a Rangers man, you can have that rivalry with Celtic, but he put that aside to manage alongside him with the Scotland team. We're not massive Scotland fans, and
he did a great job for
Walter made a lot of people who didn't like Scotland at the time, support Scotland just because of the way he dealt with things. And then the guy just. You'll stand there amongst Bruce and all the greats of not just Scottish football, but world football, and what he's done, and the players that he brought through, and the youth players more than anything, the guys who just, bloomed under Walter. You can say about Souness and him together, of course, but to me, Souness was the face, Walter was the brains.
I think history shows that,
Souness was the name, Walter, a lot of people outside of Scotland probably didn't know who Walter was at that time, but they all do now. So, as I say, more than anything, I would like to pass on my deepest sympathy with regards to his family, and of course, as a Rangers fan, we will miss him, and he'll always be remembered.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, listen, guys, it's great to be back on again. It's great to see the two of you on again together. As I say, it's been excellent. I've enjoyed the show. Enjoyed just being back again. I think a lot of people out there just want us to get back to doing what we do best. So I will move on here and let somebody else get a chance to speak. So listen, keep yourself safe, and remember, we are the people.
We are the people.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye. Bye.
A funny thing as well, the fly swat. I seen you chasing that fly here. The fly swat's going to get him, and I hear it.
Right, Lynn McGregor, hi, Sign Sandra, we are the people. Rest easy, Mr. Rangers, Sir Walter Smith forever in our hearts, Glasgow Rangers. What did you think of Sunday's game?
Aye. The goal that we lost was awful again.
Yeah.
You need, because everybody's going to say how great it was, but the goal we lost was awful. We keep losing silly goals and we keep putting ourselves under pressure, and I thought, here we go again. Celtic expecting to go top of the league, and then they buzz it up. And you're thinking, surely we're not going to do this. At this
all
point,
week we've heard of our scalp name, we're getting it off the leave, and we've heard it all.
Every result you want to go our way is better our way, but all we need is ours to go our way, and big corner. You're like that, you've got to be joking. As soon as he does a heated back that they're going to score.
Of course, I know.
However, play up the Glasgow Rangers, play up the boys in blue. They kept their heads up. They never at one point felt sorry for themselves. And they charged. And I think the question that a lot of Rangers fans have been asking themselves, and I've certainly been asking it, are Morelos and Roof playing together a good combination? I don't think they are. I think they're too similar. And when Roof plays, Morelos changes his game a wee bit. I like the two of them, so I'm not criticising any of the two players. They're just too similar in a way fashion scoring these goals. That shows you that he can play with Morelos, because Morelos played well. People say he never scored, but he played well. And I think Fashion could be the guy who could play with the two players, whoever's on. But the young boy's got pace. He's got the passion he had. You can see how happy it was.
He started to shine. That was definitely the start.
And now that he's got his goals, I think he'll thrive. All the goals were good. Every goal in the game was good. Every Rangers goal was good. They never gave up attitude.
To be honest, we really deserved a big win like that.
We've needed it for a while. We've been saying it for ages. We need to hammer somebody. And I mean, when you're watching, one thing I will say, just on the game, or the games at the weekend, I heard a wee bit of Radio Friday night, and I heard a bit last night. Now, that incident that happened with the Celtic players, Kiriago, or what was his name?
Oh, when he dived.
I don't know his name. When he dived, he blatantly dived and
They
tried.
slapped him in the back of the head and he ran on and he fell.
That-
I watched it, it was a
I
cracker.
don't think he slapped him.
I don't even think he really made contact, right? But what I've got to see here is, if that had been a Rangers player that had done that, you would never have heard the end of this for months. And it should be highlighted. This is a team, an organisation who are putting pressure on referees every week to get decisions for them. They've had more decisions than everybody else, but they're not happy with it. And then they've got a way to try and get 93 minutes into the game. They get the man sent off. They get a penalty and they pulls it up. But it doesn't matter. The favourite referee, Bobby Madden, again tries to
Brother Bobby, they need to call him. Brother Bobby, they call him.
It's well known, I've said in this show before. The favourite referee tries to bail them out again, and nothing's in the media about it. So Rangers, fantastic. Bad start, great finish. Keep it up, boys. That's how we want to see it.
Yeah.
But where's the media highlighting this? The standards, the double standards, because the Rangers would not get away with that. And if I seen a Rangers player doing something like that, I wouldn't be happy.
Oh, I guess that was disgusting. But that's us set the standard now. So let's keep it going, guys. That means that's my head.
No, I mean, the thing is now is get the result. We've got the big game Thursday night. That fly's killing me.
I know.
It's not, I don't want to kill it because there'll be somebody for that save the environment or something hanging out outside.
Save the planet. That will last you 15.
Was it COP 26 they call it? Because like, you're killing the flies, we need the flies.
Like, Fashion's best game. Him and Alfie look like the real deal.
Although, what we were saying, another thing I need to see as well was that the young boy that's playing with it, I know he's young, but he certainly looks like a man. The boy was signed for, I forgot his name now, the boy they've signed for Colombia that scored the 3 goals last week. Watching his goals, every single goal he scored was top class. It might have been against Alloa, a B team, and you can turn around and say that it wasn't top level. But the positioning that boy gets himself into as well was exactly what we've been looking for, a big target man the last couple of weeks. So we've definitely, without doubt, we're getting better every week.
Yeah.
And we're top of the league this week.
We really did need that big win there. That was a must there.
We did. We needed it, and I think we needed it for a few reasons. I think we need to get a settled team. I think we need to get the net. We're a wee bit nervous because we've not won the league for years, and then we win the league, and the pressures of being champions, and they've got to learn how to cope with that. Celtic are coming back. They're the greatest team in the world, remember?
Oh,
and the media's all on how great they are. But Rangers right now are 4 points clear. You can't take that away from them. They deserve to be where they are, and if they keep it up, we can only get better because we've got Ryan Jack and Ryan Kent coming back.
That's right.
Although I do
They've
keep
been
saying
missing for a while.
Ryan Jack should not be playing for Scotland because every time he comes back he's injured. It definitely doesn't benefit us. So my answer, I was delighted with the game on Sunday.
Yep, right, we've now got a Twitter account, guys. Please follow us on Twitter. We've also got a TikTok account and all.
Going to explain it to them how to use it, how to follow them. For anybody that doesn't know, because I didn't know much about them.
Right, the stream for the Twitter account is on. Did you put the link on, right?
At Gers TV.
And you at the Gers TV, yeah.
You search Gers TV _official or just at the Gers TV.
Right, and
the
TikTok is the same as the Gers TV official, and you will come up on TikTok.
That's the boy's name there, Joanne Aljaria.
Aljaria is the young lad's name, Si.
Aye, it's fantastic. The thing that makes me laugh with the TikTok, and I don't actually use TikTok and I don't use Twitter yet. I'm on them all these things. People slagging me and putting videos up of me. And
I've seen you a few times on TikTok on somebody else's account.
I know.
Quite natural. Lynn McGregor said that my dad Gerard should play Fash from the start with Morelos. Aye. It has certainly paid off. It has, that one.
No, as I said, the young boy just needed the goals. He needed them, and
he kept the ball.
Quite right. And do you know what? The support loved it. They've got a song for him. We just needed that. It takes a bit of pressure off thing as well. Morelos as well, who's that? We've got a name for him.
No.
I mean, you can listen, guys. You can phone in.
You can phone in, but leave your last 3 digits
whoever's
on
phoning
the
in, just
please.
Post your last 3 digits so we know your name, and then we'll take your call. That's the rules of the show.
Definitely need to keep up that pace we played. But as I said, no more silly goals against us.
Do us a favour, guys, if you can follow us on the Gers TV Twitter account, and because the two of them are just baby accounts now, they've just started out. But they've started off quite well, quite popular.
Yeah, I've got
Some of the
400
videos.
on TikTok in 2 days.
Aye. My favourite part of the show, bring it back.
Joe Wiley 999.
We changed this week, obviously we toast the Queen every week, but one of the whiskey, I've brought the Isla Jura out, one of the good ones. I didn't show it up.
Oh, first of all, Boffy, get well soon, Boffy.
Aye. But by Boffy, that's why I was going to do a toast as well.
Oh.
But you don't know that, sorry.
I'm sorry,
Thank you
sorry.
very much, because I end up talking too fast, and then the silly fans slow me down. You don't know which one you were after it. You know what I mean? Look at all of that. Is that all they've got today is watch me drink whiskey?
And record it and put it on the last rebel.
But that is all they've got to do. So you can't blame them. Family, but they might be worried about the fact that their team's garbage. Anyway, Her Majesty the Queen, and more importantly tonight, our toast is Walter Smith, the legend.
You're kidding. I love when the blood rushes to your feet.
And the second one's for Big Pal Boffy. Sad to say, he's not been well in the hospital, so
And I'll get well soon, Boffy.
and I hope you're better soon, mate. And you can get back in the studio and phone tappies and wreck your
Smash the
set
tumblers.
and ask if for live yet. Right, well, that'll be 10 minutes or something.
Yes.
That'll be 10 minutes. Keep liking the show, guys.
Keep
Guys,
sharing, please, guys.
I'm getting this phone call coming in. I'm happy to take it if you tell me who you are.
Oh, I wouldn't. It's an 0845 number.
5.
Ah, sorry. What does that mean, anyway?
That's a call centre, is it
You
not?
owe somebody money or something?
Aye.
Aye,
Leave your last 3 digits and I'll take your call.
Hello, Mr. Leslie. Have you anything to declare? Plenty.
Where do you want to start?
It was this one time.
The Queen Walter Smith, I was the
But
32nd
it's great being back again. It's good to see you the
I know, it's
faces.
good to be back, guys.
A couple of things I want to say. I met a lot of people, especially in the Loudon Tavern, but I met them in I've been at different nightclubs at Paisley Mod event and that. People that I don't know coming up to us and asking us to get the show back on the go and saying how they like to chat and how they like, even if you don't agree with us, how they like it's different. And messages getting sent to us, and a lot of the guys, the boys for Heart and Ann took us aside to chat with them at the Loud Drop dinner, and they were saying about getting back involved. And just the fact that we do something totally different, it's totally random for any other site. So, plenty of time check, you just, I don't know if
Check,
I've got your number.
give me your last 3 digits
But
though.
to all the guys giving support and sending messages in, but I genuinely appreciate it.
Marco Buddy, how you doing?
I check, just because we call him now, mate, if he's not a man, because we've got his number, haven't we?
I think we have Jack's number.
Right, we're awaiting the number call. Another thing before I forget, we might, because I've not spoke to Gordon about this yet, so I don't want to put him under pressure, but we might do another thing we show, political show in a couple of weeks time. Here's Chick for
Here's Chick.
We'll talk to you about that in a minute.
There we go.
Did we get it? Chick.
Hello there.
Hello
How
there,
you
Chick.
doing, pal?
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm
Good.
taking the gas.
Good.
A wee bit of a sad week there with Walter going. I think it was like I think Macy's kind of we kind of agreed and that, you know, noon again. It's like maybe 4-5 times in your lifetime you had a wee greet, but it's, you know, especially for a man. But with Walter, I think last week it was like every now and again. It was like, you know, bobbing like a wee rain, you know what I mean?
You kind of knew it was coming when you seen that he was really unwell the last couple of months, but you're not ready for it. You're not ready.
Yeah, well, I don't think you're ever ready for it, but the fact that whenever started seeing him more regularly, I guess that was the sign. One thing I want to mention, it's been bugging me something terrible, because I've not seen MD mention it. It's like, you know, remember the penalty, you know, like St Mirren Rovers penalty. Remember the penalty we got against St Mirren there? The thing is, we should have got another one.
at least one more. And the thing that I noticed, I haven't seen anybody mention is like, see when I think it was Hadji when he took a shot at goals and it was deflected out, for a corner, and we never got the corner.
That's right.
See when we seen the replay, you can clearly see that the St Mirren, the deflection off a St Mirren player's elbow, and you can actually see that he moved his elbow out to meet it. So this is what happens. See when you get down this road of the Rangers way, no complaining. This is what happens. You end up getting people complaining about things and just willingly ignore things that can go against them.
No, I've been against it for years. See the thing about it, Chick, right? You might differ from me on this, right? I've never ever had an argument or spoke to a Celtic supporter that understands what you mean when you say the dignified silence. They'll tell you, what does that mean? When do Rangers do that? They don't. So, and I've never met any opposition teams that know about it, yet the Rangers support know about it. We've got this dignified silence. How does it benefit us?
It doesn't. I mean, it's like we should. I mean, I suppose it has a positive and a negative effect. The negative effect, I think we're all kind of clear on, because we end up with this situation where they commit twice the number of fouls before they get a yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen that on follow, and things like that, and we don't complain. And all that happens is like these things just get ignored.
Well, the classic sorry to interrupt you, but the classic example of what I'm meaning, right? See when Gerrard went to Aberdeen when he first came to Rangers, he just spoke his heart. He just said his opinion. He says, "Look, we don't normally get decisions up here, so I've been told that's the way it is, and it's nothing new." But you could you could see right away he was told afterwards not to do it again, because he never mentioned that chat changed.
Well, I think you're right there, Simon. I think that what happened there is like Stuart Robertson, who I just defy. I know he's a nice gentleman and all that type of stuff, but we don't need a gentleman as a chairman. We need somebody that's got a bit of fight about him,
He's not going to animus, right?
I think he stepped in there and he says to Gerrard, this is not the Rangers way. We're dignified silence and all that type of stuff. And the thing that annoys me most about it is like Steven Gerrard. See when he leaves Rangers and he goes to an English club, he'll be allowed to say what he thinks.
Exactly.
And his career will benefit out of it, and so the clubs that he joined. But we're kind of stuck in this kind of I don't even know if it's bullshit thing, because I dare say the newspapers wouldn't be printing anything that the chairman say. Or
I've got really no idea why we ever done it. I know I can understand why they do it, but I don't know why they ever thought it was going to benefit us.
It's kind of hard one to kind of hang. I mean, Walter Smith went doing that, laying a note to a certain degree, but every now and again Walter Smith would make a kind of snide remark about it wasn't offside last week and all that type of stuff. So
I mean, it's frustrating when you see some decisions. The classic example, right, is this Rangers, and I really despise when I see Rangers websites and Rangers Facebook pages making the joke it's a penalty to Rangers, right? The reason that we get penalties is because we've got the ball in the opposition's box more often than more teams. It's not in any favour, but making jokes about it all the time when Celtic fans are making the jokes makes it look as if we're getting favoured. Doesn't benefit us at all, because a referee then in that 50-50 decision doesn't want to be ridiculed and mocked. He'll take the easy option. Rangers are not going to go after him. Celtic will. What option are you going to take? You're going to take the easy option every time.
Well, another thing, and I would imagine that you've noticed it, Simon, so it's Gordon, and Sandra. No, I mean, it's serious business about the shirt pulling.
Yeah.
It's absolutely shocking, because what they do is like the other one during that game, I think it was the St Mirren match, where the player took I think it was Goldson's shirt, and then shortly after, another player tugged at Balogun's shirt.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, like, it only needs to take place for a wee second. You know, it's like, see when the player jumps, what happens is when the player jumps, they tug at the shirt, then they quickly leave it go. You know, once the jump's been thwarted, you know.
I know.
I mean, as I said to you, Chick, you will have to look at that incident that took place with the Celtic game at the weekend. If that had been Rangers, 92, 93 minutes into the game, the newspapers all over Scotland and the media, radio side, everything would be concentrating that incident alone.
Ah, you're right there. I mean, it doesn't. It kind of defies logic why, you know, if you keep on allowing people to badmouth, and the club did with the supporters as well. I mean, remember a few weeks back, a couple of the Union Bears were getting charged with the police, or an investigation was opening up. And what did Rangers say? They automatically, you know, banned them. You know, there's no proof of guilt or whatever, you know, and they go this default position where they just don't trust the fans.
I agree with you there, and I don't think that'll ever change. It's always been that way.
Well, that needs to change, and this is why I'm kind of dead for the, you know, I love well, I'm fully supportive of the likes of Club 1872, because if they get the 25%, and I don't know if they will, I mean, everybody seems to be bad-mouthing them, and I don't know what all the trouble is in the background that they're talking about, but if they get the 25%, what's it, the 13 million, 14 million, if they get that, they should be getting a seat in the board. And the fact that Rangers, I mean, we've seen Parks, he's mentioned that he said, well, that could be problematic. So it's of a mind where, you know, it's like, if somebody owns a quarter of the club, he doesn't think they should be on the board.
No, I get that. I mean, there's a wee incident that's happened to me this week, right? And I really don't get this, because see, when you buy shares in Rangers, right, probably any football club's the same, right? But it doesn't matter, we're talking about Rangers, right? My wee grandson's too. For his Christmas, I'm thinking, if I give him £500, it's going to be spent in 2 days, and the £500 forgotten about. If I buy him £500 of Rangers shares, in 20 years' time, 30 years' time, he'll still have them, right? But then I find out with the Tifiso offer that was on, I was looking at, that if I buy them, I don't get a certificate. Doesn't make sense. Surely you're buying it for the sentimental value. You're not buying it because you want to see Rangers, because you pay £500, right? And basically they're telling you to shut up after that, right? Keep your money shut up. Like you see, right? We all understand that, right? We get that, whether we like it or not, we get it. But you want that certificate saying,
to say you've got it.
I put that money in and the wee man owns it. Without the certificate, what would the point be?
Well, you're spot on there, Simon. I mean, it's like getting into you know, PC world and buying a really expensive laptop. You know, see if anything goes, you know, they're there in the flash, it's like doing this, do this. You know, they'll get you we got a lemonade or whatever, you know, just to get the money off you. And as soon as anything goes wrong, you know, well, see that queue over there.
Aye, was it? Aye.
And you go, what the fuck, I just spent on this computer, and you're telling me it's done there for a queue.
But I really is that way. You know, I don't think many people mind paying the £500, right, if you want the shares, but you want the picture on the wall is why you're buying it. You're not going to have any major say with Rangers.
Well, the other thing that's important, Simon, is like I think the 25%, pardon me, the 25% kind of means that, you know, if they're going to issue new shares, you know, and kind of dilute everybody else's shareholding, they're going to have to get the okay after the club 1872 if they go to the 25%. Now, that's fine with me, because then you've got then, you know, you've got a fan group basically that will be there to take an element of responsibility. But the way things are now, I mean, they can have shared issues until they've got, like, say, night. You know, it's like Dublin doing it, playing at poker or something like that. You know, it's like if they keep on issuing them and keep on issuing, it's like, see your share values, the ones that are not allowed to, or they don't have the money to keep putting the money in to maintain, you know, their amount. It just doesn't mean anything, you know. It's kind of, you know, it's important that the fan group, a fan group gets 25%, and you know, so that when they decide to do stuff like that, you know, they're going to have to go to the fans, and the fans can say, well, yeah, you're not on.
The problem with that is I don't like every Rangers board, and including the current Rangers board, and I know so many people own it. Every Rangers board in my lifetime, and I remember my dad telling me this years ago, they don't like the fans.
I know. It's mad, isn't it?
They don't like the fans. The current Rangers board do not like the fans. Whether they tell you today, they don't like the fans.
Madness.
That's a horrible thing.
No, you're right there. I mean, Simon, I think it's probably, no, I won't get into politics, but I think it's a matter of class. I mean, the season themselves is higher up than the Sea Rangers fans is. You know, basically, we're kind of guys who, you know, from Chapel or Easter House or Casanova or Gers TV in your case.
I've seen it a million times, and there's never, I don't see it in my lifetime changing. There's always been that way, and even with some of the employees in the club, traditionally Rangers will employ a policeman. A policeman he's made a fortune on his pension. He's about to retire, and he gets a job at Rangers right away. Doesn't make sense.
That was Alistair Hood, wasn't it?
It's still happening. It's still happening now. Every job goes to an ex-police officer. Doesn't make any. When I say any job of prominence, if it's a guy selling pies at Eyebrows, it's the guy from Chapel. The police officers, there's a couple of polls recently, and I know some of these guys, they've been alright people, I don't mind it, but they've not had to apply for a job. They've been told, when you retire, you've got a job with Rangers.
Well, I did apply. I mean, I remember at the time when Alton Howe was opening up, I did apply for a job over there because I got certificates and, you know, gardening and landscaping.
But you got to be a police officer, were you?
Listen, the person who got the job was probably a sales support.
But that's my point.
And they're the stewards, do they know?
They just don't get their right. They don't get their right employee. Because Martin Bain said that we don't get our right employee Rangers fans. We don't want Rangers fans working at the club. And the current board hasn't really changed. I mean, the current board's far better than the board we had, right? That we're stealing money off the club and trying that. We know that. Nobody's denying it. But when it comes to fan relations, there's no relationship with the support whatsoever.
I know.
Well, I remember, like, I think it was a couple of seasons back before the pandemic, it was, I was going down to get tickets, and I could see online that there was plenty of tickets left. And the guy in the ticket office stood there and said, you know, the ones on the far end side of both enclosures?
Yeah.
He said, that's the only ones we've got left for. And I'm like, you're talking absolute nonsense. It's just been on the internet. And there's stats all over the place. And then he gets away after me raising my voice and been a bit kind of, you know, getting people turning their heat sort of thing. He gets away and he comes back and said, well, listen, I've been able to do you a favour and move somebody else. He said, you're high, right?
It's a classic example of customer service, right? See when we were doing the protests a couple of years ago with these deals and all these characters, Charles Green, White or whatever. I remember I cancelled my season ticket, right? So I walk in, I'm heartbroken. I walk in and I'm not going to date. I said I'm going to date that Saturday. I'm going to go with my morals here. And I go in, big queue, and I go in and I seen the guy. And the boy said, what do you want? I said, I want to cancel my season ticket. Aye, no bother. And I went, what? And they went, no bother. And they walked in and cancelled it and came back and said, that's you done. And I went, you're not going to try and talk me out it? No. No, it's just about the offer. And I walked out and I was gutted. I was like,
you
if
want
I
to
work for the
ask
club,
you why?
if I work for the club, I'd be like, why are you doing that? Just, it doesn't make sense. They don't care. There's so many people that don't care.
I know, it's so funny and it's so annoying because, I mean, it's like, I mean, I suppose it's the same with other clubs, because I remember reading about Celtic, I think it was that Liverpool, was it Marafic?
Aye.
You know, apparently he went down to their ticket office looking for a some tickets for the game or something like that. And they had them waiting in a queue for about 25 minutes. You know, and you don't expect that for players. You know, you expect that for us, the peasants, but you know, it's like they just don't care. You know, so
see, when I was involved with the trust, I done fundraising to get Johnny Hubbard and Billy Simpson season tickets, and then I went down to Byram, right? I went down to Byram, and I went up to them to meet the Edmondson Gill House. And I went, I need to speak to Martin Bain. They went, he's busy. And I went, I want him done right now. No, I can't come down. I went, I want him done right now. And they went, how? And I went, I've fundraised to get money for two guys that shouldn't need to pay for to get to see Rangers. And you're telling me, I've been told I need to wait in a queue with like 2,000 and 3,000 people on it. And they went, I was trying to that. And I went, one, the club should be letting them in for nothing. And two, knew that once they get to the front of the queue, they shouldn't be paying for it, but they shouldn't be queuing up two old guys. Then when I did get them, so they said to me, I apologise and all that. So they said I can go to the front of the queue, right, because I kicked up, you know what. So I'm embarrassed at this point that it's happening. So anyway, I've got there, I've fundraised, I've got the money for the two old boys season tickets. I've done them really well. And they went, oh no, you can't get them, you need to prove they're pensioners. I'm like, they're in the Hall of Fame, they're in songs, they're in the Rangers folklore. What do you mean I need to prove that Johnny Hubbard's a pensioner? Again, Martin, I was back to see Martin Bain and they went, well, have you got proof? And I went, why would I need proof? They're no Rangers people, that's the problem. They're no Rangers people and they're employed at the club and all these fancy jobs and they give each other promotions all the time.
I know.
See, that's where the problem lies. I mean, you know, like and stuff like the education, you know, like your Catholic schools, they'll kind of refuse to take Protestant teachers. Yeah. Or they'll refuse to take teachers that aren't Catholics because of their ethics. I don't see why we shouldn't have a situation where, you know, if it's Rangers ticket office, it's you can't. I mean, we've had that situation up in Northern Hurley where they employed a chef that was basically an IRA supporter, wasn't he?
That's
right.
You know,
ended up sacking them, but it just shows you what their judgment's like. They can't.
You would think they would take on their own kind to make sure everything runs properly.
But they've even done it with, see the main security guy at the main doors at Ibrox. He's a member of one of the Republican float bands.
That's right,
and it's been exposed 3 and 4 times on the Facebook. Rangers' opinion is what he does in his personal life has got nothing to do with Rangers. That's a terrorist threat to the club, but they don't care. Because God help me if you had a Rangers supporter doing the job who would maybe care about the club.
I know.
A good pal of mine, Liz, worked at Ibrox for years. And
Liz is lovely.
They criticised her so many times every week. They criticised her. When Alan McCoy came in, he gave you a cuddle. When Lee McCall came in, he gave you a cuddle. Do you know the reason they gave her a cuddle? Because she cared about the club.
She's good at her job.
She was good. She didn't just do a job. She's a Rangers supporter. She knew what it all meant, but I don't want that, and I really never understand that.
That's the difference between having good customer service and just employing people. I mean, I would hazard a guess that most of these employees are no Rangers supporters. You know, they're just people there. And if they're selling supporters, they're just there to collect a wage and enjoy themselves, messing people about.
I mean, not just that. See like 2 weeks ago, see the agreement we had the COVID certificate, the first one. I'm walking in by the Coburn Road, right? There's this big, heavy steward. I've seen her for years. Terrible attitude, right? She's screaming, and I mean screaming at people. You better have an effing certificate. You know you're in here. I'll be kicking you. You better have an get it F. And I'm thinking, how can she be employed with Rangers? There must be something. For one, she's not getting any right to demand it, but she should be asking people. She should be polite. She's screaming, and I'm thinking to myself, surely somebody knows she's doing that. She's got a record of doing it for treating people in that manner, and yet nothing is done about it. You've got to remember who pays their wages. The fans are choosing it.
It's the fans that pay, you know, it's like, and it extends beyond the people that get employed at Rangers as well. I mean, you look at the police. I mean, a few years back we had people getting thrown out for signing King Billy's on the wall. There's nothing bigoted or sectarian about that. And the club never looked to get an apology after the police or anything like that. And another instance, like a couple of years back, where I jumped into the corner between the government and the broom in the Courtland, and it was like I was sitting there at the back, right, and it was like there was a policeman standing there, you know, grinning away, and there was a boy like to 2 or 3 to the bottom, shouting F the Pope and, black this and black that. And I'm looking round to the police to say, well, why the F are you not doing anything here? And it's like, he's just on there with a gun because if he's a Celtic supporter, that helps them because it's like, what do you think of that abuse you go to court and all that type of stuff. And it's like, what it takes, I mean, I'm like a British else, I'm brought up to say, hey, you shout your mouth because basically I'm a peaceful man, I'm a coward, So it's like, I can't, I'm looking at something, and then all of a sudden there's a lassie behind me. She shouts to the guy, says, hey, you bloody F-A-N-N-Y, keep your mouth shut. We get fined, we're paying for it, no you. We're paying for it, So it's like, you wonder what the police are doing there as well, because the police get huge sums of money. I mean, I think they get time and a half plus, especially if they're doing it at the weekend,
And yet, some wee boy takes a can of cola and his dad's paid for it outside in the local shop. They can't wait to throw them out and grab the can after them and make a big scene.
Listen, Simon, it's a bit like remember I don't know if you remember this, you used to go to the cinema and you would take like a bag of chips in with you.
I know.
And a
can of Coke, and you'd sit there in the background going...
Well, I got the last home game I was in the enclosure and I waited for the queue. It was the first time I've been early in years. Waited in the queue for the pie stall. And I go to the pie and the girl goes like, me £5.10. I gave £5.10. She went, we can't take cash. I went, what do you mean you can't take cash? She went, you don't pay me cash anymore here. And I went, well, you're going to put a sign up and tell people? She went, oh, we can't do that. So I have to wait 20 minutes to find out did I get it for nothing? And I went, how can you not pay cash? And she went, because I've not got any change. I went, I'm giving you a £5 note with 10 pence, £5.10.
10, aye.
No, it doesn't work that way, you can't get it.
Jeez, old man.
I had that argument.
They're doing that in the store now. I mean, if you get into the store, I mean, I'm always seeing people, if I get into the store, you see people all the time, it's like, somebody will say, listen, I'll use my card and you just give me the money. Another fan. So it's like we're helping them out, be helping each other. And they should be doing their job.
Davy, right? Davy the tech guy, and he asked for a macaroni pie, and she goes, I've none. So he ends up getting something else. So while he was putting his card in it away, the guy behind him asked for some other pie, and it was a macaroni and ham. And she gave the guy it right, and Davy went, I thought you said you'd none, you just wanted macaroni. I'm like, my God.
It's a bit like remember Michael Douglas going into that store and was it Falling Down? The film was called. He went into the store looking for a dinner, and they said, well, the guy says a minute passed. He said, well, listen, I want this, and I want this, and ends up and he goes, take it away. And they just don't have any kind of sense how to treat people. They don't know how to treat people. It's like it's a bit of an art. I mean, the Americans are really good at it because the customers always right and that. But see the way we treat people across here in shops, it's like
here is a take it or leave it kind of scenario, isn't it?
Aye, if you don't like it, F off. It's like, well, that's good customer service.
I mean, I've got a ticket for the main store.
I'll be sure not to come back.
I bought a ticket for the main store, right? So I didn't have it for the cup game. I'm in enclosure. So the first game I'm in the main store, I go up and I see this African lassie and I went, do you know where my seat is? And she goes, no. And I went, have you any idea what it is? No. I went, do you speak English? And she goes, she shakes her head. I'm like, she's going to be kidding, man. She doesn't speak any English and she's sitting telling me this doesn't, just no.
My God.
Oh, you couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up.
I know.
But you should be thinking, like, what is stopping them to employ, like, Rangers supporters with, where
a bit of passion for the club.
A bit of kind of friendliness and a bit of kind of compassion, a wee bit of empathy and all that.
Doesn't make sense.
You don't really see it often, and it's such an important thing because see if the customer gets in and they get treated like, you know, SHIT, you know, then you think, then they walk away and they don't always come back.
I know.
Aye.
I know.
No, no, a lot of good points, Chick. A lot of good points. But you think he's laughing around.
I know.
I'll only let it come in for 5 minutes. That's your fault, Simon. That's your fault.
I'll bring the whiskey. No, Chick, you
I'll
call
let
it.
you go, right?
Hey, thanks for calling, Chick.
Right, no problem. Right.
Good speaking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, that was funny.
That was funny. But the thing is,
There's a lot of true points.
And I've never understood what this thing that the Rangers board, every board that we've ever had, especially David Murray's one was the worst, but they hate the fans and they've never liked them, they don't trust the fans. And
I know. Hello there, Scott Monk McIntyre, how you doing? Not to be a moaner, that's 2 calls in the audio, defo is echoing, etc. Just a pointer size since...
No, I know it is, I know, but it's one of the, but when they called this, one should be on and one should be off, and I don't know, I've not had a chance to check them. So we'll need to fix it. Okay, the tech guy called this year, we're going to fix all that, don't worry.
We can do some test calls.
Oh yes,
We're going to fix, listen, we're going to fix
no,
it
you'd
all.
be a moaner, who are you kidding,
I
Joe?
had a drink with Gordy last week and he went, I'm going to fix this, I'm going to fix that, I'm going to do all these things. And I went, as long as you know one rule, you need to be in the studio half an hour early.
And was it? No.
10 to 8, I'm nearly here. 5 to 8, I'm just to be here. So that was a
Then
good
the
start.
buzzer. Let me into the studio.
He didn't have a pizza enough. So that was a good
That was a
start.
bonus.
You're welcome.
Right guys, we're going to finish the wee minutes
Hey,
time.
Chick was a good call. I do agree with you, David.
I don't understand it. Somebody was calling me about a dodgy number. Guys, call all night with dodgy numbers, leave messages if you want. It doesn't bother us because we don't listen to them.
But we're going to see, we're going to record them and make a wee recording maybe all the messages, weren't
We're
we?
going to do that.
There is some
There's
good
too many
tunes
of
on
them.
there.
But and again, guys, we'll decide. We're not sure what's going to happen with the show. What's going to.
We don't know what to do, guys.
That's it. I'll phone them later on.
Do you want to see us every Tuesday? Let us know.
Let's just try to keep it going. We're going to invest. Well, I'm probably going to invest in a full new PC. For me to do that, I need to know there's going to be an interesting Danish show. Don't want to do it and there's not going to be high numbers. Give my Scooter Club a wee plug here, the High Numbers Scooter Club. But probably we will continue with doing it or doing fortnightly or something like that because we do like doing it. But right now it's just getting it. We probably need to get a new system going. But listen, more importantly, I'm growing a moustache. I hate moustaches and it's for cancer research, for prostate cancer. So get a wee plug. I'm wanting to make a couple of £100 at least for it. I'm going to look like a dick for a month. Oh,
Right,
Do it.
yellow
yeah,
card.
just yellow. I couldn't. It was coming out. I was trying to stop. So get a wee plug for that, guys. We've got Twitter going. So right now things are on the up. We've started doing new projects. I've not used Twitter for a year. Well, I've never used it ever. We've got the Twitter. We've got TikTok.
There you are, do a show every week. Let's your thoughts, guys.
And just let us know what you want to do. If there's any other ideas as well, people say that they want like the wee political show we done once a month or whatever, we could do that.
Yep.
Give people an idea of how it affects the club and then our culture and things like that.
And how the unionist movement's been going.
As I said as well, I've been looking at maybe doing a historical show, maybe having like a wee panel of people talking about the various parts of Rangers history every week or every month maybe. But let us know whatever the people that watch the channel want said today or think is good, let us know. See if you've got any kind of talents you can maybe help. That wouldn't go on my side.
If you want to help in, anything at all, guys.
If you know any computers that fall off a lorry, don't post on the main feed. But no, all kidding aside, guys, one of the things we always try and have a laugh and a joke and everything. Sometimes you've got to be serious, and the night show, it's been good to honour the legend that is Walter Smith.
Yep.
It's been good to be back. Gordon's first night, he's done great. I don't know how he managed that comeback when the computer.
That was the first time that's ever rapidly rejoined there.
I'm giving him credit for that one.
Yes.
Right.
What's a pretty face?
And hopefully he'll be onwards and upwards and we'll be able to keep his Gers TV name going. But either way, we'll be keeping the channel. It won't disappear. So let us know your thoughts, guys. Keep in touch with us.
And always remember,
We are the
we
people.
are the people.
Not we need the intro. Outro.
Oh, Transmit.
We had McGregor, Tab and Goldson and Borna at the back. Alfie Kent, Refeat and Defoe in attack. Davis, Jack and Mara, Arfield, Hadji came alive. With Helen, Dead and Balogun, they won us 55. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. Oh Rangers, we love you. Not forgetting Joe Aribo, his name we couldn't fit. Like Edmondson and Barker, we knew they'd done their bit. McLaughlin, Jones and Bassey, Bungani, Zunga, and Nico Katic couldn't play, but he's Rangers through and through. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. Oh Rangers, we love you. So Stephen Gerrard came to Ibrox along with Gary Mack, and they were set the challenge to bring the title back. The day that he arrived, Thierry ended on let's go, and now it's there for all to see, the league flags coming home. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do. We love you Rangers, we do.